Hello everybody, it's James here, and some of you who have seen my old YouTube channel have requested that I start vlogging again, and I think that's a brilliant idea with it being the new year and everything, and so I prepared something for you all. Dear Internet, ever since the days when I was first allowed to unleash that terrible grating dialing tone and take the house phone out of action to look for cheats for Heroes of Might and Magic 3, you've given me a great deal. You've occupied me in times of boredom, fed my addiction to a never-ending torrent of information of questionable relevance, and connected me to some really interesting people that I had never come into contact with in the real world. Now I feel it's time I gave something back, and told you all something, maybe even made it interesting. The obvious choice is what's on my mind a lot at the moment. What on earth am I doing with my life? I suppose my dream is coming true in some respects ever since I was really young, since I've been mostly quiet, introverted and consistently absent-minded. I've always wondered what was going on behind the scenes of the world, and right then I knew what I wanted to be. A wizard. Well, apparently I couldn't do that. So I found the next best thing, and that happened to be science, specifically chemistry. And some 15 years later, I found myself about to graduate from university. By some sort of miracle, I still loved chemistry, and I managed to convince a professor at another university that I was actually good at it as well. In the process, I'd learn a bit about how science works in the modern world, what people are researching, where the really interesting stuff is, and a little bit about how to get into it and do it. And so I figured out that I needed to get on a PhD program, and join a lab, and get started. And so 4 months later, here I am. So my work at the moment is on how chemistry can evolve. And what really interests me is how did that mess of primordial soup of chemicals on the early Earth give way to life, us? And it's the other half of the eternal question, why are we here? The other half of which physics is trying to answer, figuring out where did matter as we know it come from. And so maybe at some point I'd like to do a video on the origin of life, and hopefully I'll be able to make it really interesting. Fingers crossed. I'll have to work quite hard. It's interesting anyway. It's got a lot of science in. So for now, I'm going to move to something a bit more relatable. Holy crap, I'm an adult now. How did that happen? Well, it's a sensible answer. I moved out, and then I moved again, and here I am in this strange city without the benefit of mates that I met in halls, because I'm in this bachelor pad. That's pretty good, and while it is true that if I want to, I can leave my washing up for a few days, and not only will nobody care, it won't be that much washing up in the end, and a roll of toilet paper lasts me an entire month, and I can leave the bathroom door open, and I can drink beer whenever I like, in whatever state of undress I like. Mostly clothed, really. Well, I need other stuff to do apart from work and the internet. For one, I started historical European martial arts, which means I get to hit people with a long sword every week or so, which is pretty damn awesome. I also joined the University Gaming Society and started a tabletop RPG, where that's my first ever time RPing, and I managed to one-hit the big bad at the last session with an exploding briefcase, because I had a chemist character. I'm a chemistry nerd. While that stuff does keep me busy, what I really need to do this year, I'll make my resolution right now, it's a bit late, but I want to meet my old mates more, because we've parted ways a little bit. Some of them are still back at my old university, some of them have gone places, some of them have got married, it's crazy. I need to see more of them. I also need to make more friends, because the people at work, they're amazing. I even hit one of them with a sword every week, but I need to meet some younger people too, to balance things out. They're a lot older than me. So I need to find new friends. And I've got it figured out that people who can listen to my strange interests and not be weirded out, and maybe have some strange interests of their own, are friend material. I need to find more of them. I also need to get my arse in gear in the lab and make my experiments work, and get some real progress done in there, because I've got limited time to do this. And I also need to not forget to be awesome, which is very important for everybody. So thank you everybody for watching, and hopefully I'll make another video soon. Cheers.